I've told you all that this conversation around transgenders and bathrooms and biological women will always continue to be as long as there are women out there who are not really clued into the social climate around transgenders, and they will feel as though they're in a bathroom with a man who's not supposed to be there. Case in point, woman at Gold's Gym in Los Angeles, furious after a man pretending to be a woman invaded the female locker room while she was naked.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
How are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
I understand.
I'm not quoting.
How people are supposed to feel and how they're supposed to be safe, and these stories about people going in certain areas and getting with somebody and assaulting them. You can't try to invalidate a person's feelings, and that woman deserves to have her feelings discussed, because this is not a new thing. It's not a commonplace thing. It's something that's been a discussion that gets watered down because people want to yell transphobe. They want to yell that you're being discriminatory. They want to yell that you're not being fair to a person and how they want to live their life. And with that comes an added conversation about how your way of life is not how everyone's going to walk with you. It's not going to be something everyone agrees on. It's going to be something that creates a conversation that you may not want to have, but you need to have, because the more you try to ignore it, the more examples like this will keep happening, where someone who, in this instance, is a lesbian, goes into the bathroom and is trying to change, shower up, do something, and then they feel as though they're in an uncomfortable situation because they see someone walk into the bathroom that they perceive to be a man, because I'm sorry, transgenders. There are a few of y'all out there where it's obvious to spot that you got them male physiques on you, and that'll lead a woman to be concerned that maybe something bad is about to happen to them. Then, when you add the element of more women coming into the bathroom and siding with the lesbian and saying, wait a minute, why are you in here? It creates a bigger problem because now you have an audience of people. Now you got people who could potentially be a witness to something that they may not want to see, which could be a crime. Not saying that a crime was committed, but you have to walk with the potential fear of being in a situation that is uncomfortable. And if we are not willing to start having these conversations in earnest, just start calling everybody transphobic and then wonder why everybody hates transgenders. It's not going to be something that smooths everybody over. It's just going to make more people hate a certain insert group here. And you know what? Maybe it's about time people start discussing a trans bathroom. And then that's going to have a conversation about money. And then it's going to lead down to conversation about why should we have to be in a separate bathroom to be how we feel? And then it's going to come right back to the conversation of, oh, well, I think I'm about to get my life threatened because a man is going into a women's space. And what's the cutoff? And where do we draw the line? And what's the distinction this? And what's the distinction that? At the end of it all, I despise how there are women who are being put in these situations that feel discomfort, that voice their discomfort, and somehow they get thrown into this box of transphobic. A woman's safety, because I know a lot of people like to be finicky around that topic, is not just to be layered in anti-men, anti-trans, anti-this, anti-that. It should be a conversation. They got some delusional bitches out here. But when you have people who end up being confused about their safety to the point where they're going to make it a priority for people to know about because they feel as though no one's listening and they're being disrespected, welcome to the fucking rabbit hole that people have continuously ignored. Why? Because it's better for them to call everyone transphobic than it is to actually solve or talk about the problem at hand.
So I just watched this video, and this lady basically said that she was at Gold's Gym. She was in the locker room getting undressed, and she sees a man in there. The man appeared to be a man. He's dressed like a man. He looks like a man. But when she said something to the gentleman, his response was, I'm a woman. Don't fucking talk to me. I can be in here. First of all, don't disrespect nobody, for one. You don't disrespect anybody. Somebody's asking you a question, they're approaching you nice. Why are you responding that way? Lady said, sir, excuse me, sir, sir. He saw it as her misgendering him. And it's like, I just want to say this. I'm not against anybody being who they want to be. I'm not against anybody being a different gender or anything like that, okay? I'm not transphobic. But I feel like it does become an issue when you think that other people are going to see you in the exact same light that you see yourself. For example, you could be a woman and you could identify as a man. You could cut your hair off, you could wear baggy clothes, you could wear boxer briefs, you could walk around with, you know what I mean, in between your legs. But to the eye, some people are going to say, oh, that's just a woman in men's clothing, and vice versa. Oh, that's just a man in women's clothes. Or you may not even dress like a woman or a man, and you still might identify as a different gender, and people are not going to recognize that all the time. So sometimes I feel like transgender people do get offended about little things that they shouldn't be offended about. Sometimes you're going to be misgendered. Not because people are trying to be rude or mean. It's just because to the eye, you look like a man, or to the eye, you look like a woman. I hope that I'm not offending anybody, but I'm being honest. I'm not saying that transgender people don't deserve respect or humility or anything like that, because they're people too. But there's no need to be entitled or feel entitled. If somebody misgenders you, just correct them. They probably didn't mean any harm. But again, you cannot get mad at people for what they see with their own two eyes, even though you may identify differently than what they are seeing.
This will not be the last time that you have a situation of a woman going into the bathroom and then they see someone who looks like a male coming into the same bathroom and creating this thing. It's happened before and nothing changed. It's happening right now and nothing's changed. So I would hearken, instead of doing this silly little dance of how dare you sit there and invalidate a transgender, you recognize that there is a fear in someone feeling like they're about to be harmed or being in an unsafe situation, and start navigating these conversations in earnest instead of in dishonesty and your weird little online debate tactics that never really work, because your weird circles online are not real life. While you think that you're the one who's the most persecuted because you sit in a Discord call full of a bunch of other freaks who invalidate your fucking opinions or validate your fucking opinions, in the real world, they got people who are confused because no one's having honest conversations. Y'all having the stupid ones that make more people hate you, but in real life, things like this are drastically becoming a weird set of normal that, if they continue to be unchecked, will create a bigger fucking problem.